He said Carlos will be king, and he delivered on that promise, and he did so in dramatic fashion with his right leg blown out, injured, but not beaten, and he lands that left hook to put down Jiří Procházka. Carlos Ulberg is now on a 10-fight win streak, and now he is the king of the UFC's light heavyweight division. We join you just outside the Kaseya Center after UFC 327. The fans have been like this all week. If you liked epic fights, how could you not love that? If you like drama at the highest level, we had that too. And if you like characters, yes, we delivered on that in Miami too. Chris Weidman, Dominic Cruz, Laura Sanko. I'm Brendan Fitzgerald. We will recap it all. We will effort to get the champion right up here in the middle of us. Chris, what can you say about the new light heavyweight champ and the way that Carlos Ulberg just did that?
Holy crap. I mean, it looked like it was over. He was getting calf kicked. His knee blows out. He could hardly stand on his right leg. But we know he's dangerous. We know he's got that dangerous left hook. He's got heavy power in that hand. You know, Jiří talked about he kind of felt bad for him. And he, at one point, I saw him point down like he wanted to give him a chance. And then they kept fighting, and it looked like, you know, he was going to end up winning the fight. And then he gets clipped with that left hand, dropped. Lights out. I thought the referee did a good job of letting him kind of try to recover, and it was the right call finishing that fight there.
Yeah, what a great example of kill or be killed, and that's the game we're playing. I mean, you saw him try to give Ulberg a chance, and you cannot do that. This is the highest level of the sport. The only reason I say that is because he admitted that. Procházka said, look, I had one moment where I sat there and thought about it, and if you are sitting thinking about anything in there, it's bad news after that.
We'll dive deep on this fight and all the other big fights. Paulo Costa, he might be a new entry too in the co-main event as he takes down Azamat Murzakanov, no longer undefeated.
Paulo Costa looked phenomenal at light heavyweight. I think we're all sitting back there thinking, man, this might be his new division. He looked revived, he looked refreshed, and he looked very aggressive, sort of a vintage Costa performance, taking out a guy who had never lost in the UFC. The body kicks and, of course, the head kicks, so effective. That was a beautiful performance for Paulo Costa.
We will be talking about the light heavyweight division, but we'll be talking about the heavyweight division, and it was stirred up, and there's a new contender, and Josh Hokit delivered after all that pressure and all those characters, and Josh Hokit is on a rocket ship right now.
Oh my gosh. I mean, he was the most talked about guy on this card. He's got 3 different personalities, and when he was in there, we didn't know what he was going to do. You know, we never seen him go against a guy like Curtis Blades, a guy who's ranked in the top 5 of the division in his 3rd fight, a guy with amazing wrestling credentials, and that's where Hokit is best. And man, did he just show up, and he just came forward and just brought everything that you possibly would want.
The energy inside the Kaseya Center delivered, as it so often does, because the fights did once again with that. John Anik, Octagon side to recap what was an epic UFC 327.
Fitzy, thank you. Basketball's a great sport, right? You know where I'm going, right? But you kind of feel like you've seen it all. And with mixed martial arts, it feels like every time we're here, something absolutely wild happens, and we got 3 or 4 different crazy things tonight.
It's the greatest sport in the world.
Easily.
There's nothing even close. Nothing even close. I love boxing. I love other combat sports. There's nothing like MMA, and tonight proved it. Tonight was one of the greatest cards of all time in terms of result, in terms of watching it as a fan experience, other than the Dominic Reyes, Johnny Walker fight, which is unfortunately a dud. All those other fights were sensational. I mean, watching Cub Swanson go out like that was amazing. Watching that Hokit Curtis Blades fight was bananas. And then the main event, I mean, you want to talk about unpredictable. The guy blows his knee now. We're all disappointed, like, oh, no, it's
Poor
over.
guy.
Bam, perfect left hook.
Yeah.
He's the new king. I mean, what a night.
It's the best. Even the decisions were fun decisions. The draw with Medeiros and Padilla was amazing. Even Kevin Holland's fight. And then, obviously, that fight between Blades and Hokit. And then Aaron Pico. The whole night was tremendous. These last few fight cards have just been some of the funnest nights of my life.
This one was so fun.
Joe, your question formation was great with Jiří Procházka to be able to sort of extract that out of him at the end of the fight. And
well, I could tell. I could tell when he was pointing to the ground, like maybe we just fight right here.
Yeah.
So you don't have to move. But Jiří is like, he's such a samurai.
He's
like
a nice guy.
He does not want to win by injury.
Hey.
He wanted to give his opponent a chance.
Dominic Cruz said, it's kill or be killed. You know that side kick that Khalil Roundtree did?
Oh,
I would have did that.
Yeah.
Because now Yuri has to go home and live with that.
Right.
Like, that's terrible. You could see how hurt he is, but it's about Carlos Ulberg. Carlos Ulberg he said he blew out his knee.
Yeah.
But the way it rolled up the calf, maybe that's an Achilles or something too, right? There's a lot of things that could be wrong with him. But on that leg, he throws a high kick.
Yeah.
He's a killer, man. He's a killer.
Well, we saw an injury in the Alexandre Pantoja-Joshua Van fight, but the champion emerged healthy, and we wish Carlos Ulberg a speedy recovery, but he's the new undisputed champion, and Jiří Procházka, of course, will be back. But memorable night in Miami.
What a night.
We're going to rest our voices. You guys can take it the rest of the way. Fitzy, go ahead.